What upper? Just left a couple partners of mine. Made a few arrangements. I got to stop by a grocery store before it get too late. Hopefully I can do that. Hopefully I can do that. But I don't celebrate my birthday. But I didn't say I turned down gifts. And out of all the people that know I don't celebrate my birthday, it was one person that took the privilege to not ask me if I accept gifts or anything like that, but just looked out for me. Sent me some change. You know, my brother told me, hey, I know you ain't about this and that, man, but use your description box to put your stuff up, man. If you the brokest person in Detroit, you gotta at least act like it. So, you know, I don't really want my platform to be about that, but at the same time, you know, if someone feels courteous enough to say, hey man, here go a couple dollars, buy you something to drink, even though you don't celebrate, or here just because, I'm not gonna turn it down. Damn it, I told you I'm the brokest man in Detroit. Unless you got shit, if I'm out in the street, unless you got shit smeared on a dollar, I'm not gonna tell you I don't want it. I ain't gonna tell you I don't want it. You know, I'm gonna tell you I don't need it. If you say no, hey man, here, just whatever, man, just, you know, I'm not gonna turn it down. But look, I'm talking about YouTube. I'm talking about in real life. I'm talking about in real life. Niggas like, hey, I celebrate birthdays. You ain't gonna give me nothing for my birthday here. What the fuck I'm gonna buy you something for your birthday for? And that's a fucked up way of thinking. Because any of my content creators can tell you that when I start getting blessed by people on YouTube financially, the brokest man in Detroit don't keep that shit to itself. The brokest man in Detroit share. The fuck you think I'm riding around? The fuck you think I got soap? I got deodorant up the wazoo. I got everything I need. How you think I got everything I need when I need it? I don't do this for the love of a man or a woman. I do this for the love of my God. This stuff makes my God feel pleased. This stuff makes my God feel good. When I eat, I feed. Yeah, it may not be much, but it's much to me. Because I ain't got shit. It means something to me. And it means even more so something to my God. To my God. It just make me feel so motherfucking good, dog, to know that I got $15 in my pocket. Got nothing to, if I needed something to go spend something on. I ain't got nothing else left. And I choose to give it to somebody else. Yeah, I got everything I need. So saying, oh, you only got that, no, see, I ain't. See, you looking at the world based on one way. You just looking at the physicalities. See, there's several different angles I'm looking at the world at. I'm seeing the matrix for what it really is. So it's nothing for me to give my last I always get it back plentiful. I get it back monetarily. I get it back mentally. I get it back physically. I get it back in all kind of spectrums. But yeah. Oh, he don't celebrate birthdays. I can't even bring him a fucking drink. And yes, I'm talking about family too. Friends that know I don't go to birthday parties. I don't celebrate birthdays. You don't hear nothing from them. Invite me to a party I never go to. Nothing. And I try to tell them, I try to give them the cheat code. Hey man, you know, there are other days, it's like 300 days in a year that you can do something in other than your birthday or a holiday. Pick one. I'm there. Not only am I be there, I'm going to contribute. And a couple people tried, my sisters, they finally tried, they finally put something together for me, and boom. I tried to make sure everybody was fed. I tried to do what I can do. And I did it. Successful. Everybody got food but me. That was successful for me. Because it's one of the first times my family ever said, okay, let's try this. My family's so used to me being one way and flipping the other, that ain't funny. So it ain't their fault. I wouldn't dare blame it on them. But they see me the way I am now since before my mother passed. My mother passed in 2012. When my mother passed, all me and my two sisters was married. My mama never been married. When my mama passed, all of us was married. And I think that's like probably one of the most beautiful blessings children can get a parent. Just straight up stability. Just straight up, hey, I'm good. I'm doing better than you, mama, daddy. That's all I ask for my kids. Just be better than me. Just be better than me. I don't care about you having this, that, and the other, that, this, and that. You know, I just care about you having a peace of mind and being better than me. That's it. You give me, you do that, I'm well pleased. I ain't got a care in the world for nothing else. And so far, my children have just been that. They ain't got no prison number. I had a prison number at 17 years old. Two of my oldest two graduated. And not barely either. My third son, you know, my third oldest, he took off, he left home. All of my sons left home at 17, by the way. The graduation boys, as soon as they graduated, that was gone. And that was before they turned 18 years old. They was gone. My third son made up his mind school wasn't for him. We told him, hey, you can't stay here. You got to find something else for you to do if you don't want to go to school. And he left. He been gone. Damn near 2 whole years. He been gone. Finally just came home. And what's crazy is, it feels like he's happy to be at home. And I'm happy he happy to be at home. Because we missed the fuck out of him. You know what I'm saying? We've been having him on our mind and ain't been able to talk to him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, my oldest son and my third oldest son is not biologically mine. Huh? Yeah, that part. They're not biologically mine, but they mine. You understand? That's why I hit petty niggas. Oh, I ain't raised nobody else son, and that's it. Well, bitch, don't. Because I raised these boys, and it brings tears to my eyes. It brings tears to my eyes. That these my boys, I raised. And all I asked was just be better than me. And for the most part, they doing that. Even my third oldest that decided I'm not school ain't for me. School ain't for me. He's even doing better than me. And I graduated, but I graduated, well, should I say, I got my GED in prison. And I passed with, I got it with flying colors. Wasn't no just barely, it was pure. So I'm just saying, I don't consider what I did a blessing for them. I consider what I did a blessing for me. Because I was able to blot out all kind of sin that I had committed in my life by making sure I didn't teach them the same things that I learned and that I was taught to be out in the streets. Oh, so tempted I was, so tempted, because I couldn't wait to have kids so I could teach them the game. By Jehovah's blessing, man. By Jehovah's blessing, I just stayed off of it, man. I didn't do it. I didn't even teach my sons how to fight. And when I tell people that in real life, they be like, what? How? That's cruel. How do you teach your sons how to fight? And I just point to my sons like, hey, they still here. They still around. That's all I was trying to do. Preserve life. Now, I told y'all about how I got bullied as a kid. And I told you how I was when I no longer could feel punches anymore. When I could no longer feel pipes or bats anymore. I told y'all. What I probably didn't tell y'all is that once I crossed over, that it was other motherfuckers who a lot of times started the whole commotion. There was other motherfuckers that couldn't take the ass whoopings, trying to dish it out and couldn't take it. Get embarrassed and want to bring knives and guns to a straight up fisticuff. So what I did in my mind, I said that I'm going to leave that part out of my training when it comes to my sons. Because the last thing I want to feel is if I would have taught my son that 2-piece with the biscuit, that if I wouldn't have taught him that, he would still be alive. That's one thing I ain't got to worry about. I ain't got to worry about that. I didn't teach him how to get the girls. And you talk about king. I've always been a king to get the girls. And not by, after I got over the age, not by lying about my age, neither. zigzag or what have you. But yeah, I love my son. I love them. I don't give a fuck how they feel about me. They can act like they love me and don't really love me. Or they can act like they don't really love me and love me to death. You know? But I love them, and I wouldn't take back one day of raising somebody else's child. One day. My oldest, I've known him since he had on still had on diapers. I broke him. I potty trained him. You understand what I'm saying? I potty trained him. Bad babies. And I always love bad babies. So, we got the oldest. She has the balls to have my child. That's my second oldest. We broke up. I mean, we really technically wasn't together like that, but we was together. Kind of like that song, that verse on Friends. You did? Listen to that song Friends. Check out that verse. Y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. And we was, away from each other. She had another baby with somebody else. That somebody else, turned kind of abusive. Of course, I got my two sons there. I find out that he's punching walls and shit like that. And, my wife she ain't no motherfucking joke. She ain't no game. But she wasn't strong enough to battle him. And she was trying to keep it away because she was still infatuated. A lot of women don't want to just come out and tell people, what's going on. And her brother, this is my brother I told you just came home after 16 years. So her brother was gone. And she got plenty cousins, but, like I say, when you grown, you ain't trying to have everybody in your business and stuff like that. And then when you get certain family members involved, they tend to think, well, something is old or, something like that, So you kind of don't want to have nobody in your mix. I found out what was going on, and I made that nigga life a living hell. I just invited him to do what he was doing to those walls and to his woman to do it to me. And I invited him to do it in front of the same kids he was doing the fuck shit in front of. That's all. I just did it in a way so fucking nasty and so fucking disrespectful that I understand if that nigga still hate me today. Many years later. Since I've been back with her, I haven't been with another woman. I haven't really entertained another woman. And the other women I did have that were still my friends, I cut them off. Couldn't socialize with them as much. Because I couldn't respect her doing the same thing. So just like I said, when you draw that line in the sand, you got to make sure you stand on the side that you designate your side. You designate just and unjust. You got to stay on the just side. And that's sort of kind of what I had to do. So, with that in mind, y'all, riding up 8 Mile, about to get ready to make a transaction. Y'all be safe out there. Put another upload down. I'm gonna put this one up. Y'all just be safe. Peace, love, spiritually first. Thank y'all.